I've made a series of videos on the theme of the type of fire. Now we know that the memory is still going on. People are still mourning for the death in the fire. Once the fire broke out, there was a heated debate of the cause of the type of fire. Which inspires me to talk about again on the theme of table fire. But this time I would like to talk about the similarities between the nature of the bamboo and Hong Kong people. Once the fire broke out, some people came out quickly and then put the blames on the bamboo. They point out that the bamboo is flammable and caused the fire to spread so quickly. But then many people or even professionals, experts, came out to point out that it's only the scapegoat. The bamboo is never flammable. They are not easy to be burned, and then they won't spread out the fire. The art of using bamboo in construction industry in Hong Kong has been over 100 years. It is really an art, and there are no problems so far causing by the bamboo itself, no evidence. And then now many experts come to point out the innocence of the bamboo, and then it inspires me to think about the nature of bamboo and Hong Kong people. Actually, there are many similarities between them. We all know that Hong Kong has been the center of the world in the past years, especially after 2019 and the type of fire. So while someone blamed the cause of fire on the 100-year bamboo art in Hong Kong construction, we also see that the Hong Kong people are being suppressed of freedom of speech, which they also earned and enjoyed it for nearly 100 years. Hong Kong, known as one of the giants in Asia over a few decades, with achievements so stunning. While the bamboo was used so widely in Hong Kong construction and showcased its wonderful art and techniques, they are both well known for their fast-growing, multifunctional, strong, and flexible. So I would like to go into detail about these similarities, this strength shared by both the bamboo and the Hong Kong people. We all know that the Hong Kong people sometimes will be named as slick persons, and then we are called the man or woman of the world. That means we are skillful, we are smart, we are sometimes cunning, because we have the fusion of Chinese and Western culture and wisdom, and then we enjoy the freedom of speech, freedom of publication for so many years. And so those are special circumstances and development in Hong Kong we are well known, and we know the characteristics of the Hong Kong people. We are always blamed by people that we only earn money, we can earn money hard, but we can also play hard. And then this time in the type of fire, we can see that the Hong Kong people respond quickly in donation. Actually, we have a very good prestige in donation for the past, I think, at least 50 to 60 years. When Hong Kong has started its modern development and getting richer and richer, every time when there is a disaster anywhere, especially in China, but also in some other nations, Japan, Indonesia, Philippines, our donation rush in quickly and then in a great amount. This time, the donation from the people themselves, from the Hong Kong population itself, actually comes in a very great amount and then quick and efficient. And many people rush out to be volunteers and then efficiently to put all those resources to distribute, to manage effectively and efficiently. So why do I say that the nature of Bamboo and Hong Kong people, they are quite similar? We all know that the Bamboo actually is very multifunctional, just like Hong Kong people, right? Actually, even me, not in a young age, I can still do a few things together, okay? In my prime time, I can put quite a few books on my desk, and then I can do many things together. For example, preparing my sermon for preaching, preparing the Bible study material, prepare the fellowship materials, and then also I can for example think out of someone that I call the congregational member, okay, to chat with something or to care about them, and then I will remember that I need to make a call to someone, or I need to send something. Okay, I can at the same time do such a lot of things to get at the same time, and then without confusion. Okay, so I'm not the smartest person, so I can still do this a few things together. In at least a few years ago, at my age, I can still manage quite a few tasks at the same time. Okay, even now when I'm doing things, at least I can listen to some English news, and then I can still type something, think something, or chat on the Facebook or social media, or reading some messages, something like that. So it is quite actually quite a standard quality for the Hong Kong people, and we don't call this as of course it is a very highly efficient, but we don't just call this kind of person smart, clever, highly efficient. We just think it's quite normal. If you are not in that way, you are already below average. We are just a little bit above average only. Okay, and then at least we can do one task effectively in a good way. For example, if we are working in the bank, we are working in the office, okay, we are handling our job task. Usually we can handle each task well, even though we don't handle all the things together, okay? Even just one of the tasks at one time, we can still handle it very well. So when the Hong Kong people in Hong Kong or in the world, those European, American, Western or Asian community, Japanese community, Korean community, they would like to hire the Hong Kong people because they know that most Hong Kong people are hardworking, clever, smart, efficient, multitask, and responsible. The most important is they are responsible, and then they would like to follow the order of their boss or of their seniors, but there are some conditions. I will talk about these conditions later. So you can see that as multifunctional as the bamboo. We all know that the functions of the bamboo, right? They can be multifunctional. They have many uses, and then one of the greatest use we have been using in Hong Kong is in construction industry. We start using bamboos for building, for construction, for renovation. I think since long before I was born. So you can see at least how many years, right? So and then throughout the past at least 50, 60 decades, there is no problem. There is no great accident, okay? And that it is really highly efficient and effective. Wow, it is just like playing some adventures games when I see the construction workers just you can say climbing, okay? They just use their hands and legs, maybe put one leg or one hand on one of the bamboo, and then their hands already starting doing things just with maybe one leg or two legs mingle with the bamboos, okay? You cannot say sitting on them because there is not proper place to sit on it, but they are on the bamboo sides, okay? They are on the bamboos themselves. They work on the bamboos. The bamboos can support them, and then they are so skillful that they just maybe one hand cross over the bamboo, and then they it seems that they just sit on the bamboo, and then they can already do the whole day's work safely, and then for so long. Something like the kung fu experts in our Chinese kung fu movies are really wonderful. So we trust this bamboo construction for so many years, and then this time when the fire broke out, and then someone said that, oh, it is the fault of the bamboo, so we should replace by iron, I think, or metal. They say like this, okay, to replace the bamboos, and then thanks all those experts and professionals, they give evidence to prove that it is not the bamboo. Bamboo is not flammable. It is the lattice. And then if you use those flammable lattice, of course, you cause and spread out the fire easily. Okay, so as multifunctional as the bamboo, and the Hong Kong people work hard, play hard. Just now I say that we can do many tasks at the same time. We even can work hard and play hard and enjoy hard, and then relax hard. How can you relax hard? That means we even when we're doing things, we can still relax ourselves. Maybe when we're doing things, we try to think about some song. Even we cannot play songs in some environment, we can still think about some song, or sing some songs in our heart, or thinking about the songs, or we can just feel the peacefulness in our heart, because we have some techniques, okay, to be relaxed. Or even when we are doing things, sometimes we will do exercise. For example, if you are sitting on the chair, then your legs can do exercise, you know that way. Or even when you are reading something, your hands can still doing some exercise, okay. It is good that you hold your fingers like this. It's good for health. So even I'm making the video, I can still do the exercise if I want. Okay, yeah. So actually, when we are doing things, we just any part of our body, our brain, our mind, our heart, our soul, every part of the body never take rest. But we are taking rest. We are relaxing. Of course, some people will be under great pressure, but most of the Hong Kong people, because we get used to that kind of high pressure environment, and then we all know that if you can't stand the pressure, you can't work well and relax yourself in such under such high pressure working environment, you will be defeated. You cannot do your job well, achieve well. So before becoming a successful person, you have already to be used to that kind of balancing life, not just like the American or European country. They say that they have to have work and life balance. So they only work 8 hours, and then the other hours play, family life, really resting, and then enjoy, go out, something like that. No, even when the Hong Kong people has picnic outside, they still work so hard. They check every detail before starting, and then when they start, they are still so busy to check where have which restaurant has discount, where to buy the best and cheapest things, and then how to make the highest use of every minute. Okay, don't waste any second. Okay, so you can see that we are so multifunctional. We work hard, play hard, study hard. We keep learning and upgrading and getting promoted in our career or in our studying. So you can see that after secondary school, we get BA. After BA, we get MA. After MA, we get doctor. And then there is a postdoctorate now, right? And then many certificates. And then you have to be licensed, licensed accountant, licensed in any career. Okay, and then even not for the degrees, we will still keep learning. For example, I learned some counseling, some personal healing, not for the academic advancement, just for interest, just for the I think it's good, okay, for me and for others, just to learn something that I can use it in future, okay, because I find that they are good. At least now when I'm learning, I also can be relaxed in the learning itself. All right, so just like the bamboo, okay, we can be multitasking, and then, for example, people always found that the Hong Kong ladies can make cosmetics on the bus. They wonder, how can you make cosmetics on the bus, on the train, or anyway, they are driving so far, especially the bus and minibus in Hong Kong. Ooh, like this, okay, they're moving like this, and then the PLCs are like this, okay. How can you still make your eyeliner, and then make your you can make your cosmetics, and then it is good, okay. You won't make it a mess, okay. So me too, I can, okay. I don't do it very often, but when I've done it for some times, I can still did that on the bus, and then after doing it, I take some photos. Still quite satisfactory. So no problem. Okay, even someone sitting next to me, or even it is like this, or even it is running fast, I can still hold it, and then just in a second, when it is not when it is more steady, and then I will just finish it, okay. And then sometimes the first time is 5 minutes or 10 minutes or at least 15 minutes. I can finish it in a proper way already, and then I am quite satisfactory. And then I'm going to leave. I pick up all my things. So we don't waste any second, even just maybe 15 minutes, half hour's time in the traffic. Of course, we seldom drive. If we drive, we cannot do that. Okay, so we can still make full use of our time. So we can be so multifunctional because we make full use of time. For the bamboos, because they are plants, we find them, they are useful. Then we can use it in many ways. Okay, but as Hong Kong people, we use our strength in many ways. We don't waste any second. Boy and girl, man and woman, especially the ladies in Hong Kong, really wonderful. Right? The men, yeah, even they can make any second of their time, but they cannot do the cosmetics in the bus. Okay, so the lady is more wonderful, and then they can cook when they take care of the children, or even they can make call, or they can even nowadays they can even make videos on their cooking or on anything. So you can see that. When the fire broke out, people bring the bamboos, and it inspired me that actually the bamboo is really multifunctional. It's really good. It has been so contributing in Hong Kong's construction industry. And if we don't have any evidence that it should be replaced, but then for some reason it was forced to be replaced, then you will be as tragic as the type of fire. The type of fire burned 7 stories of building over 40 years to ash, and then has taken away so many lives. Now it's already over 160, but should be still arising. And then some are missing, and then you can't really get the real number. And then that not only 160's life, it is quite 100 families were affected, okay, by this fire. But so it will be as tragic if the bamboo industry has to be abandoned, and then there are so many workers relying on on using the bamboo art for their life, for their living. Also, we are the Hong Kong people are incredibly strong yet flexible, just like the bamboo. Okay, we know that the bamboo are strong, flexible, with a straight, upright, and jointed a character of a good man. Okay, it is really a scholar like character, which have which you can stand upright even in front of pressure, persecution, unrighteousness. Okay, you can still uphold your idea, your thought, and then inside is hollow. That means you can see that the Hong Kong people, of course, most of them can be quite arrogant. Okay, people think that we are quite arrogant, but actually inside we have most of us have wisdom inside, because just now I said that we keep learning, we keep studying, we have a fusion of Chinese and Western culture. We are open to knowledge, to education, to any culture or happenings in the whole world. So we can put in many things, okay, and then we are upright, we are strong. It's not see broken. Now you can see that during the type of fire, people come out to join the vigil, to give to give their donation, to offer their help, to be remembrance of the community, of the great loss of the people they once known for so many years. Okay, and even under a very high pressure situation, you can see that the vigil was forced to end just for 2 days. Anything is clear, flowers clear, nooks clear, just after 2 days. Okay, when people still mourning, when people still feel so sad, when the community is still not yet recovered from the great loss, and then when there is still a lack of investigation, thorough, complete, standardized, and novel investigation into the case, when there is no proper explanation of the cause of fire, and then the exact situation during the fire. Till now, there is still no public statement, public announcement. Nothing is disclosed clearly to the public to make the public feel satisfied that everything is clear. We know why it happened, when it happened, how long it has been spreading out, and then how many lives were actually taken away and affected, and then still many uncertainty, many things need to be found out and exposed, but now there is not enough details, okay, officially and publicly announced by the authority. So, but in face of that kind of situation, well, we can see that the Hong Kong people can still uphold righteousness. in front of injustice, corruption. For example, after 2019, we can see that no one dare to come out to demand for anything. But now after the fire, still some person dare to come out to hold a press from the people. Not a public press. Now no public press dare to come out to make a conference. Only some laymen, some people, common people from the city. They come out. They want to have a news conference. And they want to have a briefing on the news. They want to gather some support to ask for an investigation, ask for some demands. There are still that kind of person there to come out at that time when it is really not safe. When it is really you can be quite sure that they will be under suppression, and then very soon, okay, 1 day or 2 days, they are already arrested and then put into jail and waiting for sentence, something like that. And then of course most of the Hong Kong people, we will uphold righteousness in front of injustice and corruption only when it is safe. So that's why people call us world of men, woman of the world, men of the world, because 世界仔世界女啊 we will try to we are so sensitive to the environment. Okay, when the environment now is not safe, so we hold our anger inside, we hold our satisfaction inside. We want the truth, we want the investigation, but we know that now you have to care about your word, care about your version. Even you share something on YouTube, you share something on Facebook, on social media, you can still be in trouble. Even those people outside Hong Kong, they know that they will be still in trouble, especially if you have a family in Hong Kong, or especially when you will still need to go back to Hong Kong. Okay, so but we most of us can do it in a cunning way. For example, during these few years after 2019 to now, they use some cunning words. For example, they put those Chinese characters in the in the opposite way. Okay, so that it looks like two normal words, but if you turn it upside down, you can see that it is another meaning. So that is also the art of the Chinese wordings, that if you turn them to the side or turn them upside down, or you can see that they have different meaning. So this is a cunning way to express their thought. You cannot put that person in jail, right? Because the meaning of these two words is nothing. Okay, you only the two words is only have the meaning of sadness. Okay, or we feel so sad. Okay, but when you turn it upside down, you will become that it wants to ask for to hold anyone responsible for this cause of the Great Fire and high casualties. So you can see that actually people are using these two words actually to accuse of the authority, to accuse of someone responsible, to accuse of the corruption, accuse of the companies, any party responsible. But we dare not to directly to write out this two words, to post this two words, but we change the direction so that it only means tragedy, it only means sadness. Okay, you cannot hold someone putting two words which mean sadness, right? But you will jail someone when they put two words. We ask for investigation. We hold anyone responsible. No, so you can see that most of the Hong Kong people, they are flexible, strong but flexible, like the bamboos. They will use cunning ways to resist or against authorities, to avoid being caught when it is not safe. Of course, someone will still dare to come out and speak directly, ask for news release and ask for signature for support. But we can see that nowadays only a few of the whole 7 million population, right? But we still hold the truth inside. It doesn't mean that if we don't say something or do something directly, we don't feel the anger inside, we don't feel the sadness inside, we don't hold the truth inside. We still want to ask for justice. We still want to know the truth. We still want to have investigation. But we would do it the way that in a safer way. For example, those Hong Kong people outside Hong Kong, overseas, they can do more. They can even hold a conference, news conference, to publicly ask for the responsibility, the disclose of the truth of the of a thorough report with lawful authorized investigation, and then they can even list out their demands. Okay, they can gather to have the vigil. Okay, and they can post. They can hold a banners directly, clearly, with the written words that they really mean it. Okay, don't need to turn the size, turn the characters upside down. So you can see that we are strong or flexible in the sense that we won't confront directly, so that we already arrest and killed and suppress them. We can do nothing. So many Hong Kong people, they still want to fight, so they would leave Hong Kong, because they all know that in Hong Kong they can not do any, they can't do anything in a safe way. So once they did it, they are ready to be in prison. So once they did it, they are already in prison, or they are already put in jail, or they have to have a court hearing. Okay, and they are ready to be sentenced, and then they are still forced not to say anything again, right? So the most you can do, just you put up a post, put a word, and then you already be arrested and suppressed. So you still cannot do anything. So when the Hong Kong people are outside Hong Kong, they know that they can do more. So that's why so many people leaving Hong Kong, not just for security, for personal safety. They left because they know that they still want to say something, do something for Hong Kong, in a place safer, that they can at least they can get more people. Even the people will be there to come outside Hong Kong than in Hong Kong. So but not only the similarities between the baboons and between the Hong Kong people. Later, I will also share about the similarities between netting and authority. Okay, so we can see how what strength and shared by both the Hong Kong people and the baboons. Okay, the Hong Kong people is just like the baboon nature. They can spread widely via the underground runners. So that's why people outside Hong Kong, they are just like the roots of the baboons. They spread widely and underground, so that they can still grow quickly. And even after harvest, for example, those leaving Hong Kong, some of them are arrested or suppressed, or threatened not to do anything, or they have the under the threat of being arrested again. So even you suppress them, even arrest them, even you harvest them like the bamboo, if you don't kill the root system, they can still grow and then spread out quickly with the underground roots. So that's the nature of the Hong Kong people now. Right? They once they are still alive, they left Hong Kong. And those who have who are in every country of the world long time ago, or the second generation, the third generation there, when they find Hong Kong is under suppress, they quickly come out, gather together, set up organization, non-profit organization. Okay, they try to press the government in UK, in America, in Australia, in anywhere to support Hong Kong, to give a safe pathway to Hong Kong people, to uphold the BNO benefits to Hong Kong, to give a temporary stay for the Hong Kong people in the US, and then to save the people imprisoned in Hong Kong. They still try to hold press conference, or they release some news in Hong Kong, so that the whole world, okay, not only Hong Kong people, the whole world who are interested in the development of freedom in Hong Kong, and the suppression now, they can get the useful and correct and update information, and then they can also understand the difficulties of the Hong Kong people, and that's why they can give a pathway, they can give some support to the Hong Kong people, and then even ask for the release of the political prisoners in Hong Kong, for example, Jimmy Lai. So we can see that once the root system of the bamboo was still here, just like once the Hong Kong people is still there, the spirit of the Hong Kong people is still there. Hong Kong is not yet dead. Hong Kong people is not yet dead. We are still alive. Even though on the ground you can see nothing, no leaves, no bamboo shoot, no, you cannot see any remnants of the bamboos. Just now you cannot see any righteousness in Hong Kong, or any sign of fighting for democracy in Hong Kong. But the system, the root system is not yet killed. They spread out. Okay, the Hong Kong people spirit spread out. The Hong Kong people spread out. The Hong Kong people spirit to fight against suppression, fight against genocide, fight against the persecution in Hong Kong, fight for freedom, fight for the original status of Hong Kong. The fighting spirit is here. Then Hong Kong is not yet dead. Hong Kong people is not yet dead. Hong Kong culture and civilization is not yet dead. But when now the situation is so tense that we are under authority, we are under high pressure authority. Just like we are used to work and live under high pressure life. You can see that not only the people living in the Taipo One Fook estate in the fire, all the people living in Hong Kong, they are used to a high living pressure. They have to they have to how to survive, how to not only to survive, you have to be able to work efficiently, study efficiently. You know that everyone start from the age of 2 or 3. Okay, we already start our our competence with others in our studying and then in our work and then even we have to compete the men have to compete with other men for good lady in Hong Kong. Okay, it's not easy to get a good lady in Hong Kong without costing you a lot of money. Okay, so you can see that we are used to such a high pressure life. So now when we are under the high pressure authority suppression, actually you can see that it seems that Hong Kong people is still going on well. Okay, they still have their good heart to come out to help the typo fire injured or wounded family. Okay, they will still able to ask for an investigation. Okay, they are still posting the news about the fire, at least the news about fire, and then there are still many positive stories shared on the Facebook or social media about those wounded after their survival. They share how they help other people. Finally, all of them survived, or how some people help other people and then his life was taken. So we can see that the wonderful story, the spirit of the lion walk, famous in Hong Kong, is still there under such high pressure life. Their heart is still here, their spirit is still here, their culture to help each other is still here. Sometimes Hong Kong people was well known to be efficient, quick, direct, straight, frank, and then concerned with money, success, education, promotion, something like that is true. So it seems that Hong Kong people is too rational, reasonable, materialistic. Yes, it's really true. We always enjoy good food every day or every year or sometime to go out for a trip, right? It's true that most people enjoy such life, not luxurious, but and enjoyable life, materialistic life. Okay, only a few percent people going to church, something like that. Okay, so you can see that we give people such kind of impression that when we have our good life, when we still have a good life, when we can still earn our living in Hong Kong, when we can still stay there working, living, enjoying, that it seems that it's okay. Hong Kong people is okay. Nothing wrong, no problem. And then those not satisfied already left. Those still staying there. They will be submissive. They will be they will be even more materialistic, losing their heart to help or their heart to ask for justice. But you can see no. Now the Great Fire shows the good nature of the bamboo, but the bad characteristic of the netting. Okay, and the corruption in the construction industry. Okay, and but it also shows the good nature of the Hong Kong people. The good nature is not yet engulfed by the fire, just like bamboo. The good nature of Hong Kong people is not yet engulfed by the suppression, by the persecution, by the high pressure, by the lack of democracy. We are still here, but of course we learn not to say or do anything openly, publicly, easily, so that we might be evacuate at this at once. So what's the use? We can't do anything then. So I think that the Hong Kong people now they find ways to still fight for their original status through different means, right? If they are forced to stay in Hong Kong, or they would rather stay in Hong Kong, they will still find some ways. At least they will still come out to help the people, not to not to think about politics, but to help anyone in need. Okay, but that is all already to show their kindness. Okay, which people will have that kind of kindness? Okay, what thought those kind people will have? Okay, most of them they are under the culture of the Western and Chinese fusion for so many years. They're under the Western education for so many years. They're under the democracy, freedom, and in Hong Kong for so many years. That's their, you can say, their natural instincts. Okay, they just come up because of the instincts, not like other people. Who always blame other people, who always try to destroy other people, who always just to think about themselves, even just maybe for a little benefit, they would just think about themselves. No, we hold any anger inside, but we come out still to find any way to help the community, to connect, to keep the community still strong in love, in good relationship, in good human nature. I see that it is really the natural instinct of human nature. Of course, the original good human nature. All right, not destroyed by any other authorities or a culture which is against human rights, against human freedom, against human nature. So we can see that when the Hong Kong people is not easy to be submissive to the authority, especially we only submit to those who are rational, reasonable, sensible, and legitimate. So people like to hire Hong Kong people because if your company set up a good system, rational, reasonable, sensible, legitimate, and established, okay, agreed, okay, and then of course publicized, okay, so everyone know the rules, know the function, know their duties. They will just keep it and then stick to it, and then be responsible, and they won't try to destroy anything just for their small little benefit. They work for their good prestige, for their good fame, for their good character. Okay, they fight for promotion. Okay, usually through their hard working, through their good performance. Okay, and then there is few corruption in the past. Okay, especially after the setting up of ICC long time ago, but not now. Okay, so now it is not reasonable, sensible, not rational, not legitimate, not novel, but because we are under some authorities control. Okay, so what can we be submissive? It seems yes. We dare not say anything. We dare not do anything. Okay, but you can see that even the public picture was ended. All things are clear, but people still come out, standing in certain area, facing the community in fire. They still giving mourning. They are still in remembering of the loss. Okay, they still come out to comfort. They still come out to see anyone who need their counseling, who need their hugging. So you can see that we still try to do anything that we can do. So that is also a peaceful way of anti you can say anti human nature. Okay, someone is doing something against human nature, but now we are doing something against someone who are not human, who are anti-human. Okay, so we try any means, any ways that we can do. So you can see that we submit we are submissive from the outward, but inside we still hold our sense of righteousness, our sense of justice, our sense of good human nature. Okay, and but you know that when we are so strong, flexible, multifunctional, multitasking. Of course, we cannot be accepted by someone who are the opposite, right? Not multitasking, not rational, not sensible, and then they want to do things in an illegitimate way, an unlawful way, right? So we have a term in the past when we take those tribes, small tribes around us as barbarians, okay, and then those who came them civilized, how can they control those barbarians surround, okay? They will try to they cannot because well, of course, those bigger, more civilized, more modernized people, okay, they have a better weapon, they have a better management, government management, and they have a stronger administration, okay, so they can defeat those barbarians in the eyes around, okay, by some good weapons or administration, okay. But if they fight one with each other, okay, they cannot win those barbarians because they're so strong, okay. So how to crush those barbarians? They have to use some ways, okay, to catch them, arrest them, or even kill them, or to threaten them. If you dare not to submit, I will kill your family, okay? And then they try to re-educate them, okay? Try to use their own way of thought to influence those barbarians caught by them, okay? So when we are so strong and flexible, and then we are considered as not as alien, as not with the same nature with them. So of course we are just taken as barbarians in their eyes, and then so uncontrollable, and then so strong, and then of course they must suppress us, they must persecute us, and even though some people are so heroic that in face of that kind of persecution, they still dare to risk their life. So we have a saying, when people do not fear death, why do you use death to fear death? This is no use. But when people is not afraid of death, so there's no use that you use death to fear them. Of course, they are still using other ways, not to kill you, but to threaten you, to of course to imprison you for a long time without giving you the public without giving you the proper benefit for you, and then take away any even take away some visit from you, take away your religious freedom to have worship, or to a Bible, to read something like that, okay. So when the Latin is used in the building construction, yes, if the Latin is non-flammable, it's okay. But now, because the netting is flammable, if it is not flammable, actually it is versatile, adaptable, and flexible, okay. So just like the Hong Kong people, we believe that a wise man knows when to retreat, or when to suffer any loss when in a suitable way, okay. Don't easily risk your life or risk your what you have, okay. Don't suffer any loss easily, okay. And we have the strength to analyze what to accept and what to filter away. Just like the Latin, actually they have some use, okay. They can protect something from falling down. They can filter some things, okay, so that those are maybe dirty things, those are unwanted things. They will they will not be kept inside, but those useful things, okay, they can keep inside the letting, or some broken things will not fall out to help other people. So the letting has its use, okay. They have the strength to filter away, just like the people. We are not easy to be brainwashed, okay. So it seems that the letting looks light, okay, but you can carry heavy duty, just like Hong Kong people. We look quite materialistic. We look quite too rational, too reasonable, and it seems that we are not strong. We cannot fight with weapons. We never use guns, and then we are not trained physically. We still do physical exercise. All right, not to say that we are trained in military. Okay, no military training. Even physical training we seldom have. Even for the young men, middle-aged men, we seldom have. So not to say the ladies or someone. Okay, so it seems that we cannot carry heavy duty, but when the situation comes, you can see that we can carry heavy duty. Even the youngster can come out to help. Even the youngster will know what is true, what is wrong, and then even those single mom with a few kids, they can still survive to live, and then to have a new life, and to start their new life even without the dad. So you can see that there is efficiency, okay, and uses for the letting. Just like we have efficiency to organize and mobilize, just like the let, okay, connected, locked together, forming a network of open spaces to carry a heavier duty, to protect, to accept, also to filter away something not wanted. Okay, we are not easy to be brainwashed. So that is the problem. So someone want to control you, but you are not easily to be submissive, to be brainwashed. So what will happen? Of course, they must control in any way, control in any means, so that they think that they can finally control that kind of people. So just like the bamboo, just like the letting, okay, we have we share some good characteristics. But of course, when we are doing the right thing, the letting itself should be good. If you won't spill out the fire, if you won't be flammable, it should be good. But now, because the material is flammable, because when there is fire, when it is flammable to spell the fire, you cannot stop the fire. Then the netting help the outburst of a big fire. Okay, so if the Hong Kong people being smart, educated, efficient, multitasking, with the fusion and wisdom of both Chinese and Western culture and education and experiences, if you don't stand upright with your moral value, with your good character, with the normal human nature, then just like the flammable letting, we will cause big fire, we will cause big problem, we will destroy ourselves, we will destroy anything around. We can you see the letting burn, nearly all letting are burnt, right? So you can see that we really destroy the surrounding, our community, our Hong Kong, and even destroy ourselves. Okay, most importantly, before destroying the whole community, you destroy yourself first. So we don't know what's the future of those who act against human nature, who act against freedom and democracy. But we believe that God is in control. Now we can only control ourselves in a way that we still keep our life. I think the most important is that we still keep our life. We still keep our virtue. We still keep our human nature, our faith, our trust, our connection, our sense of getting together, our sense that we should have a bright future when we don't give up. So just don't give up, and then keep your faith, okay? And then may God protect us. May God protect Hong Kong people in Hong Kong and abroad. When may God fulfill His will in Hong Kong. I believe that God loves Hong Kong so much. God has chosen Hong Kong as such a special small city with such great success, but with such great suppression and overturn. Okay, so I believe that, and then I pray that all Hong Kong people will believe that we still have a bright future. Hong Kong is still here. Hong Kong people is still here. Hong Kong is not yet dead. Hong Kong people is not are not yet dead. And then God's love and God's protection and God's will on Hong Kong is still here. It's not yet over. So may we trust God. May God help us, save us, and then keep us. Thank you.